1 year went by and the Galaxy Z Flip 4 looks exactly like a Z Flip 3. Is there anything new? Yeah, there are 3 big things: the processor, the battery life and the camera. People who use a Galaxy Flip are often asked about it. When opened, it looks like a normal smartphone, but when closed, it looks more like a makeup mirror. It is so small that it is not noticeable in pants, it fits in a small handbag and even shirts. I like the glass element with the 2 camera lenses. Everything feels super premium, and it is thanks to the matte Gorilla Glass Victus Plus and the polished Armor Aluminium, both industry-leading durable materials. There are 4 colors: black, gold, purple and blue. You can create an additional 75 combinations on Samsung's website for an extra charge and some waiting time. The hinge has been reduced in size, and because of that the Flip 4 has become 1 mm narrower and shorter. The resistance still feels good, and you can also put it down half folded. Opening it one-handed is rather difficult. It now weighs 5 grams more because the battery has grown, but more on that in a moment. The outer display now shows the time, date and battery level. I love the playful vegetable animations and that you can now set your own pictures. There are many widgets for controlling your music, a weather overview and so on. Also handy are the new quick settings and the fact that you can reply to messages via predefined text or voice input. You have to unlock the Flip for that, which works great via the fast and reliable fingerprint sensor or the facial recognition, which now also works when closed. Because of that, overall I opened the Flip less. Still more often than a Moto Razr, but the gap between the two is closing. The foldable 6.7-inch display is on the inside, which protects it well from scratches. The ultra-thin glass is now 18% stronger and the glue of the protective film is reinforced, so it should not peel off as easily as it did on the Flip 3. The display itself is exactly the same as on the predecessor, with Full HD Plus resolution, OLED, vivid colors, deep contrast, 1200 nits peak brightness, a hole punch for the selfie camera and an uncommon long 22:9 aspect ratio. That is something you get used to, as well as the crease in the display. In some light I found it annoying and you can still feel it here and there, but it will eventually become normal and you don't have to worry about the longevity because Samsung says you can fold it up to 200,000 times. The crease is more prominent than on Huawei and Motorola devices and they also close perfectly flat, but on the other hand Samsung is the only manufacturer with water resistance in folding phones, up to 30 minutes in 1.5 meters deep water. I do not dare to try this, but maybe you are more brave. Because the Flip is a bit smaller overall, the bezel size has been reduced and the bezels are still perfectly symmetrical. The stereo speakers and the X-axis vibration motor are still present and I liked both of them. I am glad to report that inside the Flip 4 there is no Exynos processor. Instead it is a Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 that is the best processor right now, and it is 24% faster than a Galaxy S22 in the CPU and up to 45% faster in the GPU. Yet the cooling system is not the best I have seen. After 20 minutes of benchmarking, the performance went down 60%. The OnePlus 10T only had 15% with the same processor. Overall, this is the fastest Samsung smartphone you can buy and it just flies through the software. The Flip 4 feels more direct and faster and stable than a Galaxy S22. Only smartphones with pure Android run even faster. Samsung's own interface, One UI, is quite extensive. A new feature now is that you can copy text from pictures. Samsung is also the only Android manufacturer that can guarantee 4 years of Android and 5 years of security updates. The Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 is not only faster, it is more energy efficient, up to 30%. And the battery inside the Flip 4 is 15% bigger. Now it's 3700 mAh. So if you are bad at calculating with percentages, you may think that the battery life is 45% better, but it is not. It is a little bit better. I got 4 hours of screen on time with my mixed everyday use. If you use the new performance light profile and the dark mode and you are mainly inside a Wi-Fi network, you may see up to 5 hours of screen on time, but it's really a rare occasion when you are on holidays and you're taking pictures in the bright sun and you are on mobile data all day long. The battery life is more on the 3 hours of screen on time side of things. That's still no record-breaking battery life, but it is better and on par with the Galaxy S22. It is great that the Flip can now charge 60% faster. With 25 watts, it takes 30 minutes to 50%. That means you can't really be in a hurry, but it's okay. Wireless, there are 10 watts supported and reverse wireless charging too. The third major change is the camera. The main sensor has grown and captures 65% more light. The lens also sticks out a little bit further because of that. The resolution is still 12 megapixel and the aperture is f1.8. The photos are poppy and bright. Colors appear vibrant, the sharpness is good but not quite on the same level as current 50 megapixel sensors. The shutter speed is often too slow and you can see that when people walk through the frame because they are blurry. I was also disappointed by the comparison to the predecessor. The photos are almost identical despite the larger new sensor, and I was hoping for more change here. The ultra-wide angle is even exactly the same as in the predecessor. So 12 megapixel, no autofocus, no macro mode, but a really wide field of view. The quality during daytime is okay, it could be a tad sharper and the distortion is quite extreme on the edges, but when it gets darker, I always switch to the main camera because it has less noise. The selfie camera is also just okay, but the cool thing about the Flip is that you can use the outer camera as a selfie shooter. If you look at the cameras from Huawei and Motorola and their clamshell foldables, Samsung has done a solid job with the Flip. There is no optical zoom, unfortunately, but the fact that you can stand the Flip up like a tripod really makes it great for filming or taking pictures with a timer. Conclusion: the Flip 4 is the evolution of a revolution, and I think that no one that has a Flip 3 should think about buying a Flip 4. But if you're new to the market and you want a folding phone, then this one is the one with the least compromises. It is a folding Galaxy S22 Plus with no optical zoom and a little bit worse battery life, but it has a better processor and it is super tiny. In my opinion, the price is still a little bit too high, but I'm sure it will go down in time. And the thing is, the Flip 4 does not really have competition right now. The Moto Razr is only sold in China and Huawei does not have the Play services. So if you want a folding clamshell phone, this is your only choice and it's a really good one. I hope you like this video and I see you in the next one. Bye.